Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we can do a little comparison between Maki and Shizuru, two of the best supports in the game, to see who is actually the best, because I made a statement in the last video that I believe that Maki is probably going to be the best support in the game due to the passive that they changed for her in this update. It's pretty astronomical. So we're actually going to do a little guild raid run, guys, between Shizuru and Maki. It's pretty funny that both of these characters are reds, they're twin sisters, so it's only suiting that we do this. And this doesn't matter that one's, A3, the others, maxed out at A9. It doesn't matter. Even if Maki was level 90, which I'm going to show you guys a clip at the very end of this video showing a level 90 Maki giving insane support to my girl Cammy on my more or less free to play account. But on this account, I do have a maxed out Maki, right? But when it comes to Shizuru, you just want to use your second skill to increase blast skill damage, and you want to use the first skill because it does increase strike skills by 40%. And this is actually really good for Isla if that is something you're interested in. These two things are massive for the characters that you're playing with, but especially blast skills on your second skill. Shizuru for blast characters is pretty OP, and we're going to be using Iori as a damage dealer. And then also on top of that, when it comes to Shizuru's core, she does increase attack of all teammates by 100% for 20 seconds. This is another big buff. So you have increased target damage received by 100%. You have decreased defenses, I believe, by 80%, if I'm not mistaken. You have increased attack of all teammates by 100%. You have increased blast skill by 60%, and you have increased strike skill by 40%. Pretty nutty passives for the girl. But when it comes to Maki, guys, we've already talked about her, but when it comes to that thermal energy, you just got to get that stack up to 5, and then you're going to get this increased attack by, well, it's actually going to be more than 350% and 200%. It's going to be multiplied by a time and a half. So you're looking at 525% attack, and you're looking at 300% active skill damage, because it gets multiplied by 1.5 times for all team members. That is insane, guys. Increased attack by over 500%, 525%, 300% active skill damage. This is insane for any character. But on top of that, she also does have increased target damage received. I believe on one of these kits, there it is, increased target damage received up to 100%, guys, which is massive. Huge buff. So you want to make sure you get that second skill, but the way that you're going to play her, you absolutely will. And due to the changes that Netmarble made for her, they made the second skill into an interrupt skill. This here is new for her, so whenever she's standing on her feet or she's knocked down on the ground, she can get right up whenever you hit the second skill and start it off. And whenever you are playing with Maki, you want to go 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 is how you do it. And that'll be 5 stacks of the thermal energy. And then whenever you do your default, it'll use all those thermal energy, and it's going to give those massive increase over 500% attack, increase 300% active skill damage to the next team member that you're switching in. So we're going to see which one of these characters is actually better. And I'm not going to be using any cards on them. Now, there are some cards that you can put on these characters to buff them up. One set that I can let you guys know about is what I call the Hotaru set, which is this set right here, because it does increase critical damage of tagged in EX fighters by 10%. So if you're using an EX fighter as your main damage dealer, then this is actually a good card set to equip. Iori, as I'm going to be using, is an EX fighter. He would actually benefit from this, which is nice. It also does increase attack of all female teammates by 20% for 10 seconds using Awaken skill or EX skill. So I don't think it's going to work on a UE character, probably only going to work on an EX character. But if you're tagging in another character after whoever you have this card set on and they're an EX fighter, they're actually going to get that critical damage, which doesn't sound like much, but it's actually really good. But to be honest, guys, there's actually better sets, and I'll show you guys those right now here in the codex for you that can actually buff up your damage. So another set is the City of Darkness set, this set right here, which actually increases damage received by 10% for 8 seconds upon landing an active skill. And this is actually really awesome. It's only a 30% chance, but you're going to land it, guys. You got 3 active skills. A lot of times for these characters, the skills reset, so the chances of you getting this are very high. And believe me, that increased target damage received by 10% makes a huge difference. But there's also another set, and this set right here, which is the Gears of Fate, which does the same thing as the City of Darkness, right? You have a 30% chance to increase target damage received by 10% for 8 seconds upon landing an active skill. You got a 20-second cooldown. So if you're running this set, or you're running the City of Darkness, or you're running that Hotaru set, any one of those are going to be really good for the character. And if you don't have any of them, which I'm going to show you right now, you can still use either Maki or Shizuru as the support without any cards on them whatsoever if they're the last character before your damage dealer, which is awesome. You don't even need their 3 PGs. You don't even need their 3 PGs, which is pretty wild, right? And we're just going to keep this video to not using a 3PG. We're not going to put the 3PG on there. But there is a 3PG for Shizuru that busts up critical damage. And there's a 3PG for Maki, obviously, that busts up, you know, attack of all allies by 30%. So let me check Iori here. Let me make sure that, yeah, he's all good. He's all good. He's got cards on him. So we're going to start with Shizuru, guys. And we're going to see what kind of damage we can actually do. Now, I'm going to try to do these runs the same, but you just never know with the proc on these cards as far as getting your PG, getting 5 bars of PG right away. We just never know, right? Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But whenever I play this team composition, on the second skill, I like to get it. I don't want to apply darkness because it actually eats away at that meter a little too fast. So we're just going to do these 2 skills, do the 3 PG. There we go. Now, I didn't even pay attention where Cosme was at, so I'm going to be a little slow when I react here. But let's find Cosme, drop her down, do the second, third, and then the first skill. All right, there we go. There we go. Do the 3PG, and let's rock and roll. And this is going to be the same play with Maki as well, right? I'm using Cosme, going to do a 3PG, going to do their 2, 3, and then a first skill, bring in Shermie as a striker, and then we're going to bring in Shizuru. And when we bring in Shizuru, 2, 1, and then we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Boom! Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Let's go! Let's go! Now, when you're playing with Maki, you gotta be really, really fast, guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Nice, nice, nice. I actually forgot where Cosme was at right there, too, but we're gonna try to pay attention. It's really hard to talk and play at the same time, but we're gonna do the best we can. So we should be alright now. Geese shouldn't be in no iframe yet. We're just gonna go... There we go, 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 there we go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Now this time, I know where Cosme's at, so we're going to get it done. Woo-wee! Let's go, let's go. Now, Geese might go on an iframe now. Nope, but he will go on an iframe after this, almost guaranteed. So we're not going to use any skills. We're just going to wait and see what Geese does. He's probably going to bring his hands up. Go into that iframe. We're just going to wait till he brings his hands down. Oh! There we go, 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 there we go! My man getting it done, guys. Getting it done. Now, with Maki, this is actually a little bit trickier because with Shizuru, you only have to hit 2 skills before you switch her out, right? Whereas with Maki, you got to hit 5 skills. Right? That's kind of the difference. You got to be really, really fast with Maki to really get the full benefits of her. And I actually think with Maki, you'd be better off doing her 3PG before you use her. Wait, wait. When the hand comes down, right there. Let's go, 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 let's go. All right, we're just going to go 1 minute, guys. 1 minute, and then we'll switch to Maki. And see what happens, right? And remember, on my Shizuru, I have no cards, guys. Just the option cards, but that's it. Okay. Oh, yeah, we only got 4 seconds left. We're not really going to get much damage in, but we'll see what happens here. In fact, by the time we get back to Iori, it'll probably be already up. Okay. So we were up to 22... trillion is actually where we was at, guys. About 22 trillion is where we were at, actually, at the 1 minute mark. So let's see what we do with Maki. Let's see if Maki's any better. Now, again, Maki is a tricky one, guys. You got to be really, really fast with her. And honestly, on the LD player, it's kind of rough. But let's give it a shot, okay? Now we'll take her out and let's bring in our girl Maki here. And I'll show you guys the build on her, what we got going on here. No cards, guys. No cards, just those 2 option cards, right? And again, if you have this 3PG, you can get the attack of all allies by 30%. So this is actually really, really good, but it's only for 10 seconds, and I wish it was a little bit longer. But with Maki, guys, when you drop her in there, you really need to start with that second skill. Go 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. After you do that, do your default, and then switch to your main damage dealer. Now, I might have to change and put cards on her so she builds up that 3PG. We'll see how that goes. If I do, I'll just restart the match. We'll go ahead and give her some cards here. Alright, we'll switch to Cosme. Let's go, let's go, let's go. But remember, you know, with Maki, start off with that second skill. Let's do it. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, see, this isn't exactly what I wanted, but as you guys can see, I think you're seeing a little difference in damage, even though I didn't quite do it right? You saw a pretty big difference in damage. Like, Maki is nuts, guys. Like, Shizuru's been one of the best supports in this game for a long, long time, and all of a sudden, they buffed up Maki, and now, I mean, honestly, guys, even at level 90, she is awesome as a support, even without her 3PG. Awesome. Wait. Okay. Let's go! Woo! Wait! Let's do it. I didn't quite bring in my pie striker fast enough just now. Alright. Where's Cosme at? There she is. Let's do it. We're already at 17 trillion, guys. We're already at 17 trillion. I think this goes without saying that Maki is better than Shizuru. Let's wait for an iframe. Let's see what happens here. Yeah. Hands down. And rock and roll. Let's do it. Really, you want to get that. You want to do this before the darkness. Like, you want to get Geese to get stunned before he lands that darkness on the ground. But it's all good. There we go. Now, he's going to iframe now. I bet you anything, he's probably going to iframe right now. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. All right, 1 minute. Here we go. Iframe. Yeah. But as you guys can see, look at that. 35 trillion, guys. 35 trillion. That is the difference between Maki and Shizuru. 35 trillion. What we do a second ago? 22 trillion? What the hell is going on with my Yori? 22 trillion, guys, a while ago, right? Right? I mean, that is a lot. Was that 13 trillion more? Just in 1 minute? That's the kind of difference Maki makes on your team, even at level 90, guys. Even at level 90, right? Without anything, without her 3PG, without nothing. That's the kind of difference the girl makes for you. And if you put any of those card sets on her, especially the City of Darkness or the Gears of Fate set on her, you're just going to increase target accuracy by another 10%, especially because she does 5 skills. She is absolutely going to proc that thing, almost guaranteed, with all the hits that she does and all the skills that she's landing. So you're going to get that on top of her buffs that she's actually giving you, where you're going to be able to do even more damage. Like, Maki is insane, guys. I'm going to leave you guys with a little run against the Colossal Boss Dungeon on my free-to-play account using Cammy and Maki on the same team, just to show you the kind of damage that, you know, my Cammy can now do with Maki on the team. It's absolutely nuts, guys. So let me know what you guys think about Maki as a support, man. I think she's freaking fantastic, and just like I said in the last video, she's always going to have relevance because of this. So guys, I stream on Twitch and YouTube. The link to Twitch in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody. Take care.